Hello everyone, my name is Jaybird and welcome back to Lake of Voices. Herpender, herpender, which one did I save under? This one. Okay. Necklace. Turning back. Deciding against risking any sort of encounter with the thing, I carefully back away. Quietly, I turn on my heel and retrace my steps. After a short time, I come across a decent enough seeming bridge. With no better option, I take it. Soon the sounds of the prowler fade, then completely vanish into the night. I breathe a sigh of grateful relief and hope that I don't encounter any more of them going forward. ... As I walk alone longer still in this purgatory, the worries that had been plaguing my heart become muted. Instead of new fear grips me, the truth that I am becoming comfortable with the notion that there isn't an end to this. I must stop myself from quietly accepting such a fate. I grip the handle of my lantern tightly and grit my teeth. Various thoughts come in and out of the front of my mind as I fight to remain focused on the path ahead. Memories of my birth home. Birth home? You mean the house you were born in? What? My wolf dogs, Adelie, and Adelina. Wow. Creative. The others who may still be somewhere out on these bridges, that moment we were separated, the looks on their faces the last time I saw them. While going over it, I asked myself if I should have tried to go back to the island and waited for the guide to return there on another journey. My supplies would have been tight, however, I'm sure I would have been able to stretch them. Why didn't I think of that at the time? I could have recalled the way we went so far and made it back to solid ground. I shake my head. I shouldn't scold myself over things which cannot be changed. It is possible the guide won't be returning to the island for many days, and there are many other choices I could have made that would have kept me from being in this position. All I can do is remain steadfast. That is my title after all. Suddenly I realize through the fog the black sky is turning dark blue. Dawn is beginning to rise. At this point, there's no use in keeping up my strength. I sprint down the bridge, going faster and faster as I hold out for some sort of sign, anything. Eventually I receive one. The silhouette of land peeks into my field of vision. I can scarcely believe it as I blink away the tears. With renewed spirit, I press down the bridge with increased speed, desperately trying to outpace the sun. The glowing orb peeks into view against the obscured sky and begins to ascend unfeelingly. With each step, the sky brightens ever so slightly more. I race through the oppressive fog and the bridge beneath me goes no further, just a hard drop off into the lake. It's a dead end. I nearly collapse against the wood, the awful sight knocking the breath right out of me. I can see the shore clearer than ever, sitting on the horizon out of reach. My legs wobble again and fully give out beneath me. I hang my head, unable to look ahead at the beautiful sunrise outlining the island. Begrudgingly, my body heavy and lifeless as marble, I stand and turn around the way I came. Deep inside, I know that there is no hope of getting on the correct bridge and reaching the shore before it's too late, but I don't care. I'm going to keep going. After too many drinks, some fellow guards talked about wanting to die fighting. I never thought about it before because I didn't want to, but now I know what I want to be doing when I die. I want to be going forward, running against all hope that I will ever be safe again, running in defiance, running to find my way back to those who need me. So I do. I sprint as the sky becomes red and the darkness recedes. I cry unreservedly for the first time. At least in this moment, I do not have to fear that the weakness inside me will undo all my efforts. It is already too late. My legs pound against the boards almost as forcefully as my heart beats. I shouldn't be surprised, but I am when the bridges creak and clink together. My tears come faster, but I keep running across the treacherous bridges, even as thin lines of water start to trickle across the sinking boards. Suddenly I can't run anymore. As if to mock me, the bridge ahead falls away, leaving me at another dead end. I halt, my face as wet as my drenched feet. I stare into the sun, my eyes going bleary and star-crossed from the burning light. I hope the others are not here. I wish that they found the other side, that they are able to have happy long lives. The bridges sink rapidly now, jolting me into the cold black lake. I try to tread water, but my armor weighs me down in this dense fluid. Just take it off then! Inevitably, my strength is quickly sapped away. I don't sink so much as plummet down into the lake. The desperate fighting burning in my lungs takes a few minutes to subside. Then I slip into unfeeling nothingness. Lake of Voices. Just achievement unlocked. Distance. Woo! Hooray! We did it. We died. Hooray for dying. Alright, there's time for another thing then, I guess. I guess if we'll go that way, we'll go that way. We're gonna start a second playthrough now. Apparently. Oh, okay. Well, this should be interesting. Yep. You're quite informed, Margaret.
It's been years.
Whee! I believe we should go.
And I believe you.
Thank you. Place my hand over his. Pull Bimini forward. Kick it off. The Kermit
So you're
format.
staying behind?
The Kermit format. Oh, we're supposed to wait the timer. Encourage her to keep going. Wait. Do nothing. Do nothing. Margaret and Bemley stare at the man as he leaves. We all watch him drag his little frame down the bridge, quickly fading from sight. We had to let him go. We've only barely been surviving so far. The man vanished into his dark and silent. Maybe we should call him back. We can at least give him directions, tell him what paths we've been taking.
It's not going to make any difference. We can't give directions when the bridges we were on might very well have sunken away.
We shouldn't focus on what might become of him. He has his own path to follow, and we ours. We should focus on what we're doing now.
Of course, it's not really a might, but we have to get through this somehow, and being weighed down with guilt will only distract us. However, Margaret glances my way with concern on occasion. Not again. Not again! We've already lost a lantern and it's still only for our first day. We can't keep doing this.
Yes, we can't lose a lantern at this point. We're almost to the island.
Bimley and I managed to keep our ground, but Margaret falls to the ground. At least I thought that was what would happen. That was what happened. She starts pawing at the bridge. Oh, she can't talk, apparently. My glasses fell off! I can't see! The guide, having regained his balance, presses on. He doesn't even bother to look at her. Bimley and I run to Margaret, scanning the bridge, but there's no sign of her glasses. The flames are growing thicker and closer, the heat life-sucking, Close enough to nip at her heels, I grab Margaret's arm.
Your glasses aren't here anymore. We have to go or we'll lose the guide.
Margaret squints up at me, face paler than ever. She nods and stands, and we start after the guide again. He moves to face Margaret, who is squinting at the surrounding area.
Good work out there.
This statement is more this statement is more energetic. He's not willing enough to show a lack of confidence in front of her. Margaret smells slightly.
How are you doing without your glasses?
Oh, I'll manage. I have to, after all. I'm not completely blind, thankfully, so I can muddle my way through.
Hooray! Same here, probably. Most likely.
There isn't anything much to see out on those bridges. As long as you stay away from the edge, you should be as safe as you were before.
That's true. It will be fine.
You sound confident in that. And then the guide is there. He moves so smoothly that his steps on the soft sand are nearly silent, and his dusky clothes blend with the thinning of the night.
The sun will rise soon. The fire on the bridge is the only reason this island isn't overrun with prowlers right now. However, they could still pose a threat.
Is that why you decided to set the bridges on fire? To make the island safer?
No, to make, s'mores. Good old schmoes. The guide looks at Margaret for what I suddenly realize might be only the second or third time all night.
Setting the bridges alight isn't an uncommon strategy. It has many uses.
He walks away, Margaret frowning at his retreating form. Come. The guide takes us. For a brief second, I feel a flicker of pride. This night may have been awash with misery, but we're still here for each other. Beside me, Bemele and Margaret are still fast asleep. Bemele wakes suddenly, rising with alarm and startling Margaret awake as well. Bemele gives me a gentle smile and makes his way over to me. Margaret follows suit.
Morning.
Is it even morning anymore?
Margaret tries to speak lightheartedly, however it doesn't do much to improve the mood. A pocket of quiet descends over us.
We should eat something soon. Margaret, do you have enough supplies?
Yes, I think I'll be alright with what I have.
That's a relief. The two of us have plenty of rations, though, so if you need anything, you can always ask.
Aw. Margaret sighs and presses her fingers to her temples, acting as if she's fed up with us.
You know, the two of you need to stop looking out for everyone else so much.
Bemele winces at the statement without vocalizing what's on his mind. Margaret and I share a glance. This is about the person we left behind yesterday. The person we didn't help.
I'm sorry. I didn't intend.
It's not your fault.
It goes quiet between us once more. A distinct rustling of the leaves around catches my attention. The guide appears, emerging from the thicket. Margaret appears to be a little uncomfortable at his return. Bemele glares at him as he makes his way over.
The Nixie will not tread on land in daylight. However, being near the shoreline is still dangerous. If you leave the center of the island, remain cautious. Before the sun sets, I will be in this area. It would be wise to meet me here before nightfall.
Why did we have to leave him behind?
I sharply turn towards Bemele as he snarls and confronts the guide.
If you would just let him follow behind us, he would be alive.
The guide looks away, seemingly unaffected.
If all you're going to do is leave everyone to be lost, then why bother guiding us at all?
Despite Bemele's severe words, the guide apparently considers his piece here finished. He turns towards the forested area from which he came.
Wait!
Bemele calls out to the guide, reaching towards him. Before he can make contact, I quickly place a hand on his shoulder. He lowers his arm to his side, though I can still feel wrath emanating from him. We stay this way until the guide disappears from view. Bemele begins to kick at the ground, spraying tiny pieces of gravel about.
Bemele, I know you're angry, but regardless of our feelings, We need the guide. If he leaves us, we'll all die.
And we've done so well with him.
I give him a cold glance. We won't even know which bridge to take without the guide. Bemele knows that. This needs to stop. It's time to stop! It's time! Wait, give me a second. It's time to stop! There are people counting on us to make it back, and what of Margaret?
We can't afford to lose our way.
The anger etched into his expression fades into sadness.
You're right, Kika. You're right.
He weakly swats his hand in front of his face, as if he is trying to shoo away his racing thoughts.
I can't stay here right now.
I nod, allowing him to leave alone. Beside me, Margaret releases a sigh.
Are you all right?
No, I'm not. Nothing is all right. It will never get any better.
Well, thank you for being so edgy. Margaret sucks in a breath as she starts to get emotional. Before it can spill out of her, she turns on her heels and walks off in a direction different than the guide's. Quietly I speak. Margaret, wait. My voice was too soft for her to hear me. Lingering for only a moment, I start following the trail Margaret took. I catch up with Margaret and I notice that her eyes are glistening with tears. I offer her my arm. Right? We move on and eventually find Bemele in a jagged clearing, leaning against a tree. He's already noticed us and is looking our way, smiling. As we approach, I pick up on the sadness behind his jovial expression.
How are you faring? Any problems?
Everything is fine. We came to check on you.
How kind. I've calmed down since then.
Good.
I'm glad to hear that. Is there any way I can help or anything you'd like to say?
He raises an eyebrow at that, still grinning.
I didn't expect to see you so worried about me, Kika.
I have to force myself not to avert my eyes at that comment, embarrassment flowing into me.
You ought to not question it, you know. Simply be thankful for all her thoughtfulness.
He nods and chuckles heartily.
Right.
Right. I feel a warmth that turns my lips up into a shy smile. Margaret nods approvingly. Bemele glances between Margaret and I, smiling coyly over the exchange. His amusement doesn't last, however. Instead, he throws his arms out wide with a sour expression.
Have you seen the guide?
Bemele is clearly asking out of a sense of obligation and makes no secret that he's not pleased to be discussing the guide. I nod in response.
I saw him earlier. He is the same as always.
Good. In that case, I'm going to stretch my legs for a bit.
Oh my.
I feel stiff from standing in one place for so long.
Wait, I can't help but wonder if it's the best idea to keep splitting up and wandering off. We've all had time to ourselves to think. I believe we should stay together now.
You have a good head on your shoulders, Margaret.
She has a point.
Yep.
We can't be sure how safe this island truly is.
Well, I've had my fair share of being difficult lately. I can accept that if you feel so strongly about it. I'd still like to take a walk, if you two don't mind joining me.
Totally not. I like seeing that fine ass Bemele. Specimen the ball. We don't have much time to contemplate the offer before he chimes in once more.
I could also go for a nap.
I smile softly at his attempt to be accommodating to us despite our sudden intrusion. I would not mind walking. Bemele grins and glances over at Margaret.
What do you think?
I am the one who wanted us to stick together. I'm not going to put a wedge in the plan. I'll come along.
Hooray, I'll carry you. We
Glad
can
to
both
hear
carry
it.
you. We can both carry you, and you can take a nap in our arms. That'd be great. The three of us begin our walk, conversing lightly as we meander around the island. As we walk, I can feel my worries easing into a light burden. I peek over at Bemile and Margaret, noticing the brightness in their eyes, the cheer in their voices, and know they feel the same. After all the horror of the night, finally we have a reprieve. Bemile speaks animatedly as he finishes another of his tales.
So he tries to force his way into that old barn by kicking the door open. His foot ends up going right on through the wood and gets stuck.
Margaret and I exchange a look, sharing unspoken amusement.
I'm curious. This fellow guard you've been speaking of wouldn't happen to be a stand-in for yourself, would he?
He certainly wouldn't. Must you always doubt my word?
Haha. Bemile playfully feigns distress while Margaret laughs.
Yes, Kika's far too polite, so someone has to keep you from getting too big-headed.
Woo!
Fine, fair enough.
Haha!
But what if I told you the fellow guard in my story was actually Kika?
What?
Then I'd have to tease her for committing a blunder that seems like one you would make, of course.
Haha.
You're a harsh one, Margaret. I'm not safe from your verbal lashings no matter what I say.
Haha.
You make it much too easy for me.
Okay, I feel like a third wheel now. Stop. Stop it, please. Margaret's grinning, full of mirth. She looks towards me.
Kika, you aren't upset by that, are you?
Her face grows with concern. She's probably questioning if she's taking it too far by targeting me. I smile warmly and shake my head.
I'm glad to be included.
As a third wheel, you know. Margaret immediately looks relieved, returning to her jokingly snobbish expression. This familiar exchange with her has made me brave. I take a deep breath.
And in all fairness, I'd also have to give myself a difficult time if I made a mistake befitting Bemile.
I glance between Bemile and Margaret nervously, trying to gauge their reactions to my attempt at adding to the conversation. After a moment, they both start to smirk, then Bemile lets out a hearty laugh.
I can't believe I've been betrayed this way. After all we've been through.
Oh my god, I love this! I love this game! Margaret smoothly applauds my efforts. Good job! Thank you. I smile timidly at their reactions.
You've come so far, Kika.
Please don't look at me like that. It makes me uncomfortable in my panties! I'm just kidding. God, Jesus Christ. Margaret gazes at me fondly. Gaze back. I catch Margaret's eyes, and we spend a moment sharing a gentle connection. Can you feel the love tonight? For a brief moment, all of the troublesome circumstances seem to float away from our minds, and we enjoy each other's company. I wish it could go on for so much longer, but it's only a while later that I have to speak up.
We really should rest before nightfall.
I'm fine with that idea.
All right?
Sleepover! Woo! Bemile leads us over to the area where the guide mentioned we were going to meet. Margaret and I sit together. She lightly rests her head against my shoulder. The three of us quietly wait for the guide's arrival, occasionally chatting with one another as we rest. The sky turns orange as sunset comes upon us. Oh my god. I'm gonna end this episode here. It's a good time. So, with that being said, if you guys enjoyed this episode of Lake of Voices and would like to see more of this wonderful game, then leave a like down below, leave a comment down below, share it with your friends, subscribe if you haven't, ring that notification bell, and remember, die safely. Bye-bye!